Ready as I'll ever be, Travis.
Oh, I like it. Welcome back to the... Oh, I messed that up. I'm not ready, clearly. I forgot.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Welcome back to the Cinema Clubhouse podcast. I am Travis.
And I'm Will.
And today, Will, it's time.
We've been talking about this one for a while.
We've been talking about it for years, it feels like.
Not quite that long.
Well, I said it feels like.
It feels like.
We're finally recasting Die Hard.
It had to happen.
It had to happen.
It didn't, but for the sake of our show.
For the sake of our show, it did. And what better time than Christmas time to do this?
We're getting close, Travis.
We're getting close.
We had to talk about one of the best Christmas movies there is,
That's
and
right.
Die Hard.
That's right. And we could have recast Home Alone, but we hate recasting children, so we said no.
Possible.
So we'll recast the original Home Alone.
The adult Home Alone,
That's right.
if you will.
That's right. So, as always, we'll go back and forth, discuss our picks, and that's it.
That's it.
No
That's the show.
presents, no prizes. At least I hope.
Maybe in the future.
Maybe.
Future recasts, there'll be prizes.
Let's just do this one in order. You know, obviously John's first, and then we'll just go from, I guess, importance of character from there.
Sure.
What is it? Well, let's decide who's what is importance.
Well, okay. I figured John is most important.
Yes.
Then Hans.
Yes.
Then Holly.
Yes.
Then Al.
Okay.
The core four.
The core
you will.
four.
Then let's do. I don't know. You want to do Ellis? You want to do Carl?
Yeah, let's do Ellis, Carl, and Argyle.
Ellis, Carl, and Argyle. So
All right.
casting 7 in this one.
Yeah, this one's a little heftier than some of our other ones, but each of these people needs to be recast, I think.
Yeah, these are the 7.
So, I found this one to be a pretty easy recast.
Not too bad.
It wasn't
No teenagers to recast.
no teenagers, no children, no Keanu Reeves to recast, so it was easy.
Keanu Reeves famously not in this movie.
Or is he? He's
I say famously. I had nothing behind. There was no context to that. It was
I had
just,
nothing with that.
yeah.
Those are just the words that came out. All right, so let's do John. John, I wanted somebody that could really portray that, New York cop that's just like, God, I hate everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
And at first it was kind of hard to picture people in the role, but then I was like, you know what? I think I know which way to go. I went with Jeremy Allen White. He's up and coming. He's getting more in the spotlight, and I think he, seeing him on The Bear, I think he really has that
Chicago guy on The Bear.
Chicago on The Bear, but same attitude I feel like you would carry into the situation in Die Hard.
I don't know where he's actually from, but he's probably Canadian.
Probably. But I think he'd make a great John, and I think he could do the humor that Bruce Willis did, but also just like the craziness that is Die Hard and all the stuff he has to go through.
Yeah, I can definitely see. He's not your typical pretty action star, which is what you're trying to avoid with John McClane.
Right.
Kind of has the similar TV to movie trajectory that Bruce Willis did, maybe even farther along than Bruce Willis was
probably.
at this point. But yeah, I can kind of see that sort of, he's got a weathered presence to him, even though he's not.
Yeah, he seems beat up and been through life, and he's like only 34.
Yeah.
But he seems like he's been through it. And that's kind of how Bruce felt. Like he's lived a whole life already. And he's only in his mid-30s.
Yeah, he's our favorite action hero who just takes a beating.
Yeah. So I feel like he can portray that well and carry the burden of, saving this Christmas party. And,
that's good. That's an inspired pick, I think.
I think so.
He's just kind of on the rise right now.
Well, and I don't think he'd take you out of it. Some
Not
actors
yet.
are just too far along that we're just like, I don't think he's quite there yet, but he's close.
Yeah.
So
that's good. All right. So my pick, this one also kind of came pretty easy to me too. I don't think you would look at him immediately and be like John McClane.
Mm-hmm.
But the more you kind of think about it, I think you come around to it. He's also like early mid 30s. Had that same sort of TV to movie trajectory. Been in some more high profile things, I think, than Jeremy Allen White. But has that kind of ability to be like the wisecracker that you want in a John McClane. And kind of has, I don't know where he's from either, but he's kind of got that New Yorker vibe to him as well. He most recently played Dan Aykroyd in the Saturday Night movie. I went with Dylan O'Brien.
Okay.
I just really like him as an actor. I think he's got range. Like, I think he can do the comedy really well. You know, you saw him in the Maze Runner series. He's got the action chops, even though, he had that bad accent.
He almost didn't have the action chops.
But he can do all, his own stunts, but you still kind of believe him more as that everyday, he's not your typical, like,
it's not
6'2" jaw. Like,
it's like under the radar action star. Yeah. And that's kind of what you need. That's what John McClane is, right? He's not obvious.
Yeah.
That's why these are giving them such problems. It's like, this one guy doing this, like, what the heck? So you need a guy that's underrated. And I think Dylan is underrated.
He is. Like I said, I just really like him as an actor. I want to see him in more stuff. I'm really excited to see him. I don't know if you've seen the preview for the new Sam Raimi one he's going to be in. But.
Yeah. No, I do like him a lot too. And I think, seeing him in like an American Assassin. Yeah. That was really gritty, kind of not your typical movie that he did. And I feel like he can carry some of that into this to where you can get gritty when you need to, but also he's believable as a New York cop. Yeah. And that's kind of what you need, right?
Yeah. Just your beat cop.
That's good. All right. Hans, this was the first person I thought of. You can't replace Alan Rickman, his presence, the way he controls the scenes. So you need someone that can bring some of the menacingness that he brought, but also maybe a new take on it, just so it's not like carbon copy. I think with John, I tried to carbon copy as much as in my mind I could. I went with Mads Mikkelsen. And I think, he's always the bad guy, and
poor Mads.
But poor Mads, he's a good guy, right? I don't know why he's always.
Some people just have that face.
They do, and I just think he could just do exactly what Alan Rickman did, and maybe take it up a notch in the menacing and make it feel less campy. I mean, it is the same script we're making, but I still feel like he can be more menacing than Alan was. I think his face is just more menacing, and the way he talks is.
Yeah, no, that's I agree. I don't really think that that Alan Rickman is all that campy, but I think he's still pretty menacing. But I mean, Mads Mikkelsen's like.
It's more of probably just
he's always on the short list for villains in
every movie.
Movie. Yeah. But it's because he's so good.
Yeah, he's great. And every villain he plays, I feel like it's a different take on. It's not like he just does the same thing, like from Doctor Strange to Casino Royale. It's a different villainy he brings. Yeah. And so the businessman, heist on Christmas, I was like, yeah, I could see it.
I don't know if I've ever seen him do a American accent. There is that element of Hans Gruber where he's putting on.
Yeah, I'm sure he could, but I don't think he has, which would also
it'd be interesting to see.
Be a cool thing for him to try.
Yeah,
because come to think about it, he may not be able to. Yeah, he might be like Arnold, where he's just that's just his voice. He can't really get rid of that. You know, I don't know.
Arnold playing
actually I cast Arnold
Midwestern American cop okay
look at the size of this guy, what the heck's going on? So that's my Hans.
That's good. Definitely could believe him as German. I don't know what his nationality is, but he's played a lot of Germans.
British German, as all movie Germans are.
Yeah, that was the interesting thing about casting Hans. I felt like that was probably the hardest character for me to cast, because you could go a number of different directions, because obviously Alan Rickman is playing German / Eastern European,
Mhm.
but he's a Brit,
Right.
So he's kind of got the accent coming and going,
Yeah.
like throughout the movie, not just on purpose, but
Right.
kind of like slipping.
Yeah.
But so for that reason, I was kind of all over the place, and I kind of went a similar route in casting an actor that's not necessarily as believable as that, from that region. I went with Matthew Rhys. He's not that well known of an actor, but he's been in a lot of stuff. Most people probably recognize him most if they're a fan of the show The Americans. He was one of the leads on that show, but he actually was also co-starring with Dylan O'Brien in Saturday Night. He played George Carlin. So I think the cool thing about him is like he's shown through his work that he can do different accents really well and go in and out of them. And that's kind of what you need with Hans Gruber, but he's also got a really intimidating presence as well when he needs to.
Yeah.
And so that's why I went with him. Just like the look to him, he's got to be that cold, calculating, like guy in charge. And I think that's what he brings. And I'd love to see I didn't think that Carlin and Aykroyd interacted much in Saturday Night, but I'd like to see what his and Dylan O'Brien's dynamic would be together.
No, that's good. I think, again, reverting back to Will's kind of like under the radar, not really thought of picks. I like them.
I like the whole philosophy of the one for you, one for me that a lot of actors have. Yeah. The last couple of recasts were for the fans.
That's right.
This one was for me.
Yes. Finally, Will's back to his roots. Yeah. I like it, Will. I think, again, outside the box picks, but very good. Let's do Holly next. This one, I was like really thinking of the relationship between John and Holly, and like that has to be believable. It has to be believable that it's like kind of falling apart. Mm-hmm. And there's this, the thing. And so I cast Jeremy first. So then I was like, all right, let me pair him up with somebody. And, it was kind of difficult to pair him with somebody. I went a little older on Holly, but she doesn't look, I don't think she looks it. Like, I don't think you're like, whoa, chill out. She's like 11 years older than him. But I went with Rachel McAdams. Interesting. I think she would play like Holly's, the role Holly plays in this movie. I feel like she would nail that. And Jeremy's,
she nails everything.
She nails everything. And Jeremy's like problem with her and kind of annoyance with her would be really, he could really portray that well through like his performance. So it would like enhance hers to that's how I kind of pictured it.
Yeah, I could definitely see their dysfunctional relationship.
Yeah, so I'm like using him to make her pick better, but I can just see them like getting in arguments like that she used her maiden name and all that. I can just see it all. And Rachel McAdams is great.
Yeah, I'm never complaining when she pops up in a movie. What's interesting about that pick is, obviously different situation, but I think similar performance that you would need from her would be the one that she gave in Red Eye. Mm-hmm. Like, that high stress situation that she's, has to kind of think under pressure.
Think under pressure, keep her composure, but not let it slip what she knows is going on behind the scenes. Yeah. That was kind of a reason I picked her, but really I just kind of had Jeremy up there and I was just like, I was like, well, this is kind of good.
Kind of looked good together.
Yeah. So I think she's a good pick.
Yeah, I think that's important too. That's more so the route I went. The actor I chose for Holly, I've only seen her, I think, in one thing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've seen her in, but just has a really good look to her. I think she matches up well with Dylan. But the actor I chose is Monica Barbero. She was most recently, the only thing I've seen her in was the Bob Dylan movie with Timothy Chalamet. I'm blanking on the name of it now, but here I go again. It'll come to me. But her role in that, she was just so like commanding of the scene she was in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of what made me think of Holly. Like, she was, as much as Hans Gruber was a presence in every scene, like, Alan Rickman just chews up scenery like nobody else. But, Holly's character really holds her own in those scenes. And, a lot of the focus is on her throughout the movie. I think that Monica could bring that to the Holly character.
Mm-hmm.
Also, kind of similar age range. Like I said, the look compatibility with, I think it is there too. I could see them as a couple.
Yeah.
And she already had to in that role deal with a difficult personality and Bob Dylan, like Timothy Chalamet's Dylan. So
it's the exact same thing.
I kind of see that the same thing with John McClane and Holly.
That's good. That's a good pick, and I think they balance well. And again, when you're casting stuff, the playing off each other really has to work.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
and we don't know. Our picks could be totally.
Oh yeah, they could have zero
combustible.
chemistry and be like, this is awful. But all right, let's keep going. Let's do Al next.
Good old Al.
Good old Al Pal. Al Pal is just fun to say.
Al Pal. I feel like Rob Riggle and Step Brothers.
Yeah. This also kind of first. I think everybody was kind of first choice. Who I like. Oh yeah, that's good.
Most of mine were too.
This one I kind of wanted to capture what the original had and not try to let me reinvent it. Like I kind of tinkered with let's kind of make him more of a serious cop. No. I was like, let's just keep it the same.
Yeah.
And so I went with Kenan Thompson.
Kenan Thompson.
He's not been in many movies lately. I mean, his SNL fame.
Up here and there.
He's gonna be the longest SNL cast member of all time. But I think he would play that, bring the humor, the slight humor that it has, but also him like having conversations with Jeremy and that kind of dynamic would be really fun to play out because it's you never picture those two guys in something together.
Yeah.
But in the circumstance of this movie, I feel like it would play really well together, and over the radio chemistry would be great.
Yeah, I definitely think his Al would be a little bit slightly more comedic than what we got from the original.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting. I definitely would be interested in that dynamic too. I've also never really seen Kenan Al Pal has his like sort of bumbling moments.
Yeah.
But they're never really played for like slapstick humor. They're just like, the situation. But I would be interested to see Kenan just sort of elevate to just a little bit more of a serious level. I've never really seen.
Well, yeah, and I think he'll have the opportunity to do that in this role.
Yeah.
To where you don't have to rely on just the comedic. Yes, we will use that, but also, when he's getting to know John and it's getting a little personal, I feel like we can see a new side of Kenan we haven't seen.
Yeah.
And maybe he just needs that opportunity. I feel like a lot of actors just need that role and given the chance, and they'll.
I love seeing comedians get that first like serious role.
Yeah.
Because it takes them getting used to it at first, but I appreciate them like stepping outside themselves.
Yeah.
I went a very similar route to you. I didn't really change. I didn't try to tinker too much with what the character of Al Pal really was. Also went the comedian route with mine. I went with Sam Richardson. And honestly, it was almost completely because he was a cop in the movie Good Boys.
You're like, perfect.
I similar to Kenan Thompson, I've never really seen him stretch into like something not necessarily like super, like this role isn't like a super serious role, but
right?
It's got some depth to it. There is kind of a tragic backstory to Al. So I think Sam Richardson's got the chops. I've seen him stretch into kind of different roles, but they're all usually comedic.
Somewhat of the same kind of feel.
But I think it'd be fun. Again, not really changing the wheel.
Yeah.
breaking the
No,
mold.
and a lot of these I wasn't like, let me reimagine this. It's like, a movie like Die Hard, you kind of just plug them into what it was and you go.
Yeah, there were other characters I went a different route. This one is pretty much not carbon copy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
paint
All
by
right,
numbers.
now let's recast the ass himself, Ellis.
Yeah,
The greatest character in the movie. The guy that has no idea what he's doing. And
but thinks he's completely in control.
Oh, he thinks. This was one of the easiest recasts of my life. I went with Adam Scott. And he's basically just going to play his stepbrother's character. Like, that's basically who Ellis is.
Yeah,
And I feel like his, just when he's trying to talk to Mads and figure things out, I would just be like, Mads wants to shoot him right then, like Hans does, or like Alan does. Like, it's the same dynamic, but I feel like Adam Scott can do that exactly. I did have Bradley Cooper in that as well, because I also feel like he could do a really good job, but I've already cast Bradley Cooper in
that's
a
true.
recast. So I was like,
The very first one.
very first one. So I was like, let me try some other things. I was like, oh, I mean, basically he's done this before.
Yeah,
So it's not a big stretch.
I feel like it's been a while since I've seen Adam Scott play that total douche.
Yeah,
But man, I love that character.
I know. It's so good. And I would love to see it in this movie
Yeah.
and with much higher stakes than he's ever had.
Yeah. This is kind of a game of who do we really want to see Hans Gruber kill?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like he would really,
He'd nail it.
really nail that.
Yeah, he'd nail it. Plus his he gets a lot of scenes with Holly. So
Yeah.
him and Rachel. I can't remember if we've seen them together in anything.
They
but
feel like they've been in
it feels
something
like they have.
together,
Yeah.
but maybe not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the dynamic of all the cast, this is really coming together.
So this one was one I sort of that there's one more role that we haven't gone through yet that I went completely different, but
Oh boy.
this one not quite Adam Sandler different, but
Well, then I don't even want to hear it.
but for Ellis, I did go with someone who's still sort of emerging as an actor.
Okay.
He's not typically known as an actor for most of his career, but he's shown up in more things, and I'd really like to see him sort of stretch into this kind of role, because I haven't really seen him do this. This would be something really outside of himself,
Mhm.
at least as far as I know. Maybe he's actually like this in real life, but I went with pop superstar Harry Styles.
Random.
Kind of random,
Yeah.
but no offense to Mr. Styles, got kind of a punchable face.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He was in Olivia Wilde's last directorial movie,
Don't worry,
Darling, and that was kind of a different role for him too.
Mm-hmm.
I've only really seen him in that and Dunkirk, and Dunkirk he didn't really.
Yeah,
have
he was
much
in
of a
another
role.
I don't know if it was a rom. I don't think it was a rom-com. I think it was like a love story drama that came out around the same time as Don't Worry,
Yeah.
Darling. So
I'm really only judging off these couple, and really not even though Don't Worry, Darling is really the only one that I'm.
well, and you just picture him as a douche in probably real life, so you're it's probably not a stretch to play this.
Yeah, and who knows? He's probably a sweetheart.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah,
But yeah, you want to punch him.
it'd be interesting. I could see Dylan O'Brien's John McClane just really hating him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting. I just would like, similar to Sam Richardson, but even more so, I'd like to see Harry Styles stretch into this
Yeah.
over the top sort of comedic but completely hateable
Yeah.
character.
Well, like you said, as you like comedians getting the opportunity to stretch the other way, I like serious actors to get the opportunity to stretch in comedic ways.
Yeah.
Because it really, shows a different side, and maybe they're no good at it, but maybe they're awesome at it.
Yeah.
I feel like the comedian to drama is way easier than drama to comedian, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. I think he could probably play that. well.
Maybe be a total train wreck.
Yeah,
Who knows?
but he'd get you tickets sold. So
You know, of all the people that I cast,
the highest profile.
he's going to bring some people
Yeah.
into the theater.
I remember when I saw "Don't Worry, Darling," like there was just a tons of girl fans of his, and like anytime he was on screen, they were like screaming. I was like, oh my god!
Yeah.
It's like I'm here to watch the movie, not whatever this is. But yeah, so he'll sell some tickets. That's good. All right, let's do Carl.
Carl.
Good old Carl. Sweater wearing man himself. This guy was kind of hard because it's like, do you go obvious? Do you try to introduce a new level of character?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I did either of those. But
yeah,
I did think of someone, and I was like, yeah, I can see him. I went with Alexander Skarsgård.
When in doubt,
cast Skarsgård. That's how we live our life.
That's going on a t-shirt too.
It's going on a t-shirt and a hat. You can order it at the shop right now. It may be a while because that
if you're
doesn't
watching
exist.
this in 3 years,
Yeah, it definitely exists by then. No, I think he could. I don't think he's as like physical as a presence necessarily, but I think he could be. Like once you get into it, like with John and John he would hate him. Yeah. Like going back to Jeremy, everybody's like connected to like how do they react with him, and I think this would be fun. This would be fun to see.
Remind me, and I apologize to the Skarsgård family.
No.
Which one is Alex?
Not Pennywise.
I know he's not Pennywise.
He's not Pennywise, and he's not the dad.
Yeah.
Isn't he the Northman?
Northman. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Tarzan. He's that one.
Yeah.
So I mean, he can be a physical presence, but
sure,
he also is kind of scrawny, like his brothers. So it's just like, well,
I mean, he got pretty ripped for.
He did get ripped.
Northman.
But yeah, I think he'd be a good, and I think him and working with Mads, that would make sense. Like, obviously, he's a part of that crew, and it's not weird.
Yeah,
and it's not like I just cast somebody to be like, here's this guy. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I tried to make it make sense.
I think it makes sense.
And a Skarsgård always makes sense somewhere in the lineup.
Always. Well, unless we're talking about like Hocus Pocus, then
I think
Binks.
I think Bill Skarsgård could have been Mary.
Oh God. You know what? I see it.
Yeah.
I see
you know what? We're gonna redo Hocus Pocus and we're gonna just do all Skarsgårds.
No. The idea is we'll pick another movie, we recast all Skarsgårds.
Done.
I don't know what movie that is, but in the future, let us know in the comments. I went more the physical presence for mine. The Carl in the original, he also wasn't much of a physical presence. Like he was threatening, but he wasn't like some big muscly guy.
No, I think his hair was more of a presence than
the hair did a lot of the work.
Yeah,
for sure, and the machine gun, obviously, but. So I ended up going with Kevin Durant, not to be confused with Kevin Durant, the NBA player.
Dear God,
Kevin. Although that would be an interesting pick too.
All right, next move we can only use athletes.
Kevin Durant. He pops up in a lot of stuff. He's not really a household name. First time I ever saw him was on the show Lost. He popped up in I think season 4.
Oh yeah,
he was leading that mercenary team.
I always remember him from 310 to Yuma.
310 to Yuma.
That's one I always. One of my first memories.
Recently, he was in the Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Threatening in that one. He was he was the muscle in Abigail.
Yeah. He was in the New Planet of the Apes. He was the main.
You
obviously didn't know that.
Might not know it.
Yeah.
But threatening in that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's an underrated presence on screen. This is the kind of role that I think he's perfect for. Like,
oh yeah,
Carl's just kind of also the muscle, for lack of a better phrase, and doesn't do a lot of speaking. Just is part of most of the conflicts.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of his MO,
right?
That
he's great at being part of the conflict.
He's just a part of the solution to somebody's problem.
And honestly, like, you know, he would be less believable for our John McClanes to take down, I think, than the original.
Yeah.
you have to really outsmart this one.
Yeah.
You know, like it wouldn't be a fist fight that takes him down.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Again, I feel like him and Harry Styles are like some of your biggest names in this movie. It feels like
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm saying 3 of yours. I was like, Will, you're gonna have to give me more
Dylan
information.
O'Brien. He led a
Yeah.
maze runner. That's pretty big.
Yeah, but he hasn't been doing stuff. He's fallen off. Is all I'm saying.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. This is it. No, that's good. I like it. I think he's a great muscle pick.
Yeah.
And he's menacing. He's got
Menacing
teeth.
guy.
He's got some menacing teeth.
He's a big dude.
All right. Last one. Argyle. Good old Argyle.
Good old Argyle.
It's funny. He's like a part of the movie for so much, but you always forget about him. And then they always cut back and you're like, oh yeah, this guy is just down there. I just went kind of on the same vein of what the original was. I cast an up and coming actor, Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things.
Ah, the old
Stranger Things. You know, that was like the one I hadn't used yet, so I think I've used all.
And
of them.
you know what? He's not a teenager, and he wouldn't be playing a teenager in this one.
But I could believe him as a.
I hope we don't have to cast any teenagers anytime soon.
We won't. No, I think he'd be good. I think he's. I don't know if he's. I don't know what his acting skills are. It's hard to break people outside of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
To see so a few have, but a lot of them haven't. So it's just like.
I thought he especially stood out the last season though.
Oh yeah, no, he's good. He was also in Asphalt Cowboy with
you pull one
Idris
out.
Elba.
Yeah.
Netflix movie. He's really good in that.
Noted.
But I mean, you don't need to be an amazing actor to play this role.
Yeah, he's in
kind of just
scenes.
Hey, you want to be a part of this big movie?
Yeah.
Here you go. So that was kind of my cop out pick. Like, that's exactly him. I don't have to think very hard, but I think he'd be great, and he'd bring a younger audience to the movie.
That's true. I don't think it's a strange pick at all. I think it's
a strange pick.
Hey, totally unintentional.
As is this podcast. Will.
That's what the podcast should be called. Just totally unintentional.
We're rebranding.
We're end of the year, time for a rebrand. That's good. I wouldn't say I pulled a U for this pick. I don't think anything's ever going to top Adam Sandler as one of the Sanderson sisters, but Sandlerson.
What's with these puns that keep happening?
I don't know. What can I say, Travis? I did a gender swap.
Well, it's bound to happen sometime, Will.
You know, Argyle's one of those characters. He's a cult favorite, but I wouldn't say he's exactly like completely crucial casting choice for like you don't need to nail Argyle.
You can honestly cast from any age to any age, and it still work.
He's just a limo driver.
That's right.
You know. And or should I say she is a limo driver. I went back to the comedy
Okay.
And I went with someone who I could just see. I think I've actually seen her play like a cab driver before.
Okay.
And that might have been subconsciously what made me go this direction.
Yeah, maybe.
I went with stand-up comedian Fortune Feimster.
That's good.
I think this would just be fun.
Yeah.
You know, like I think I see her picking Dylan O'Brien up from the airport.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just chatting his ear off.
Yeah. She seems like she'd be very chatty.
Yeah.
Just like the original kind of.
I think she'd be even chattier than
Probably.
the original Argyle. But no, it'd just be a fun role. I'm at this point, I'm not tired of her shtick yet.
Yeah.
Like I'm a fan of her stand-up, and I think she's just a fun personality.
That'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be good. I think it rounds out the cast well. I think your cast...
It's got some weird ones.
You got some weird ones, but
I got some stand-ups.
You hit everything, right?
Yeah.
You go A-list, C-list, pop star, whatever.
So you admit A-list. Oh, you're talking about Harry Styles, aren't you?
He's the A-list and the pop star.
Dylan O'Brien's like A- list.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, in the mid 2010s, Dylan O'Brien was.
Well, what are we now? Oh, yeah.
Not that. That was a long time ago, Will.
Yeah.
You know, every day when we're like, hey, remember that movie just came out in like 2016? You're like, oh, yeah, 10 years ago almost.
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh, yeah.
why would you do this to me? That's good. I think these are great. I feel like we captured Die Hard, reimagined some things, but kept the essence of the movie.
Yeah, this was a really fun one to recast. Kind of similar to the National Treasure recast. Like all these just kind of fell into place. They felt like good picks. I didn't really have buyer's remorse on much of them.
It's kind of like the dominoes, right? You cast that first one and they all fall.
They all fall in line.
Matrix was still the one.
That's tough.
That those dominoes were not touching. So one would fall and I'd have to go set it back up because I had no idea how to get this cast to work.
Yeah.
Luckily, Die Hard. I thought Die Hard would be harder, but
it's not, the second one
it's
is
Die Harder. Dear God, what have we done to our audience?
I don't know. I'm getting loopy, Travis. We better call it here.
Let's
but
get it done.
Fun episode, another great recast. What about you guys? Who would you recast in some of these roles? Who would be your John McClane, your Hans Gruber? Would you gender swap your Argyle? Would you cast any pop stars in your cast? Let us know down in the comments. While you're down there, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and come back for another Cinema Clubhouse podcast.